Star Wars Force Arena. I think we're live. What's going on, citizens? It's Awall, and thanks everybody for tuning in for some more Star Wars Force Arena content. And I released a Mobile Legends video yesterday. It appears that a lot of you were upset that I released a video that was not Star Wars Force Arena. Really? I told you I wasn't going to stop playing this game. I wasn't going to stop covering it. I still love it. So anyway, that's exactly what we're going to do. So I'm just going to open up my packs here to start this out. Drop some fat card loots on you as soon as this video gets started. And the whole point of this stream and this video is to be able to climb towards Kyber. This is the real Kyber climb. I have yet to achieve Kyber because I've been experimenting so much with decks on this channel so that I can bring you strategy guides and videos and what have you. And I have neglected my own needs as a gamer, which is to be the very best in the entire world. Well, at least to get up to the highest level of play of this game. I spend so much time talking about strategy, thinking about decks, experimenting, and I just want to get to Kyber really, really badly. Even if it means queue times are insanely high once I get there. Here's the deck. Don't laugh at this deck, but it's an extremely defensive deck. It's like preposterously defensive. I've got a probe droid and a dewback trooper. And I was experimenting with this, and I was noticing when I had Slave 1 in here, for example, instead of Probe Droid, Slave 1 failed to give me the value that I needed it to give me on a regular basis, whereas Probe Droid was. And this is a matter of Probe Droid being able to tank damage and deal damage, and being able to block up a lane for a longer period of time while you're able to recover. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So what's up, everybody? Thank you for the support in the comments. Appreciate your support trying to expand my channel. I'm really just going to cover an extra game on my channel because I need to do it. Playing one video game can kind of get salty and toxic a little bit, right? So I've also got area of effect ability, or area of effect cards such as Sand Trooper, as always, dewback. Now here's a weird thing that you may question, which is my turret. Why do I have a turret in here? Why would I do that instead of something like Stun Grenade or a Ned or Dioxis Grenade, etc.? And this is something that I put in because it's performing very, very regularly, and I'm continuing to get very consistently mobbed and aggro Hand and aggro everything. And so I'm able to have impenetrable defense, theoretically, with this deck. Also with lots of rush gonk droids that I've been seeing out there. And then I'm able to counter-attack very, very effectively. I also have the ability to take down heroes, as you know, with Boba Fett, with my additional damage as well as my missile strike, and I've got my great single target damage options as always. This deck is incredibly counter attack and is incredibly basically defensive and passive. The more defensive and passive you play with this deck, the better that it performs. Let's just take it to the ladder. Let's see if we can, at the end of this live stream, and when this becomes a video later, we can be further ahead than when we started. Up against Turtle Man. I've played Turtle Man many times. You recommend the return for Probe Droid because he can miss some lane clear in a big lane. And oh yeah, you want me to do the Emperor Palpatine voice? I know, I've been wanting to do an Emperor Palpatine voice video for a long time. And oh, awesome, I'm glad you finally made it to my stream, Caleb. That's great. I've been wanting to do an Emperor Palpatine voice on this channel for a while. However, I have failed to get Emperor Palpatine's unique, which appears to me to be entirely necessary for Emperor Palpatine to be a viable legendary to use in this game, and I don't have his Royal Guards, which is actually kind of frustrating, to be honest. But okay, looks like he's going to come in with that big mob, and this is a great opportunity for me to just hold off for a second, then drop Probe Droid. And Probe Droid should be able to take care of the majority of this aggression, and I'm going to drop that missile strike there on my friend Luke, give him a little pop damage, and I'm going to hang out and be defensive. No need to rush anything. No need to be... Okay, looks like he's going to go light tank in the top lane. So I'm going to drop down the turret here in anticipation for that tank, which is a great counter option. It looks like he might be trying to go with like some sort of split lane push. That might be what he's considering. And I'm just going to be very conservative with my energy. And there we go. Took him out. So it was basically a 3-for-6 trade with my turret versus his... Oh no, and there's the Kenobi. Crap. This is a Kenobi deck? Really? I'm going to kill Luke so he can't bring in any reinforcements. Got him. And I'm going to need to drop the turret here as well to deal with all of this and to potentially pick up aggro. As you can see, the turret is getting a lot of work done. That was a nice Kenobi. I can't let a naked light vehicle, if you will, fly in an existing lane with this deck. I am going to throw a light vehicle here in the top lane because I know that I can effectively defend in the bottom lane because of my turret. And notice how the light vehicle is now targeting his structure, which is great. And oh, there's the light tank. What's up, buddy? And light tank is still targeting me. That's cool. And let's see if Luke tries to switch lanes and pressure bottom. He decides not to. And as you can see, Probe Droid came very much in handy in that situation because he was able to stop the light tank for a certain period of time. And that's beautiful. Hopefully, no, the Rebel Pathfinder. Okay, good. Hoping the Rebel Pathfinders wouldn't target my stuff. What guilds are here today? Represent in the comments. Hopefully there's some folks from the Citizens Guild here to rep for us. And here's, I'm going to drop yet another turret here to deal with this. And there's Dewback Trooper. And he's going to sit back and like, oh no. Can he convert a Dewback? He can convert a Dewback. Damn. And I'm dropping the Probe Droid here. Wow, this is heavy, heavy pressure. And Probe Droid should be able to blow up some stuff. But that was a really, really great Kenobi conversion once again. And here we go. We're going to have to deal with this Kenobi pressure, which is really interesting. And he dropped some Pathfinders in the top lane. I don't know. We're obviously going to be moving into overtime here. And does he have another Kenobi handy? Let's find out. I mean, no doubt he's going to rush my structure. I'm sure that's what's going to happen here. So the question is, can we effectively counter push in this situation? I need to kill the Grenadier here. Luke needs to be very... If I can get a pick on Luke, basically, I can probably win this game. But I'm not sure if that's even going to be possible. So maybe he's waiting for me to make some sort of mistake here. Let's see what he does. So I'm going to drop down the infantry turret here for the extra aggression. And I'm going to start targeting his turret and force him to get aggressive. Let's see if he just lets me kill it outright. It's almost dead. I couldn't finish it off there. Dewback Trooper. Let's drop it. We're going to drop down Probe Droid here as well. And we need to be very, very, very careful, friends. We need to be very, very careful not to let Luke push him. Now that Luke has full health, he may be a bit more aggressive. Actually, he'll probably be very much more aggressive. And here he comes. Here it comes. He's probably going to end up... Oh, did we get a draw? Yes! Extremely defensive deck. Picks up the draw. Celebration over draw. Yes! I'll take the packs. I wish you would join my guild, but you got a guild before you started watching my video, says Caleb. Cool. Alright. So, let's take a look at his deck. He's got a... Give Turtle Man a thumbs up. I like Turtle Man. I've played him many, many times before. Kenobi is great. Yeah, I know, but he's super, super high risk. And you have to use him in the right situations. If the enemy doesn't have MTV7 light vehicle, then perhaps, I can't even talk today, perhaps you will not get the value out of that card that you're hoping that you would get. So, he's got Pathfinders as well as Grenadier as well as Rebel Troopers. Okay. Polar Bear with the minigun is actually a little bit rarer these days, and I didn't see him deploy that card that game. Correct me if I'm wrong. So maybe it just sat there in his hand as he didn't find a proper application for it, namely because I didn't have ATST. So that's a big reason why I don't like using Polar Bear with a minigun. Hello, citizens. What's up, Derpy, SoCal, Michael, Alexander, Caleb's, Eric, Romer. I want to throw some shout-outs for you guys that have come by the stream today. And yeah, I appreciate everybody who tunes in live every single time. And everybody's been supporting me over time. And I appreciate everybody's been supporting me in chat as I made one video about a game that wasn't Star Wars Force Arena. Don't shoot me, guys. Don't shoot me. But I made one video that wasn't Star Wars Force Arena. Okay? I did it. I'll admit I'm guilty. So ridiculous. GG. Fernando says he's Durasteel, and he's upgrading his deck. Got a Boba Fett level 3. Dang, that's awesome. I was up against this Han level 3 yesterday, and it was just wrecking me to hell and back. It was rough. It was really, really rough. He was like the suicide Han, or not even suicide, just aggro Han. Because of his increased HP, because of how high level his card was, he was able to basically bum rush my turrets and drop like mines on the ground next to it and stuff and like wreck my face. he was getting into like melee range and just using that blaster in my face over and over again. It was intense. Leveled up legendaries make a big difference. The difference between level 1 and 2 is significant, and the difference between 2 and 3, though it's less significant than 1 to 2, it is still something that you can absolutely feel. War Confessor is watching the stream on the way to work. Please don't crash your car or whatever you're doing right now because you're watching my live stream, and don't blow out. Thank you, I appreciate that you like that Mobile Legends video. And don't blow out your data plan, okay? Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and play this one. The reason why I've been using Boba Fett, by the way, instead of a character like somebody I love, like Dengar, Boba Fett's just got superior stats and superior abilities, which is something. Okay, he's got Grenadier here in the top lane, but the reason why I've been using this character more so than others is because of like Dengar. Is because Dengar's ability is very, very situational. And I don't like situational abilities at this point. I like to consistently rely on what I'm getting. And, ooh, nice Ion Mine there. I gotta say, Ion Mines counter my defensive decks really, really effectively. I really, really like them. And look at Light Vehicle pushing in here, dude. I don't know. I don't know about you guys. I think Light Vehicle is amazing. I have always preferred Light Vehicle over cards like ATST. I just love Light Vehicle. Maybe I should write like some sort of play about my love and confess my love for Light Vehicle. Maybe that's what I should do. I'm gonna give this a little pop shot here. There we go. And this is a good opportunity. Oh no, I dropped the turret way too far back. That sucks. But this is a good opportunity to take down the Gonk Droid. Looks like, oh no, he dropped a light tank in this lane. That is really unfortunate. Hopefully we'll be able to take out this light tank quickly. And I'm going to go support the light vehicle here in this lane and attack his hero with my superior hero damage. And it didn't do that much damage. Didn't do that much damage at all. So let's drop Probe Droid here. And I'm hoping Probe Droid will be able to clear, or at least delay them for long enough to get some value out of that card. That was unfortunate. Ion Mine. Ion Mines are rough, dude. I honestly, when I run up against Ion Mines, I wish that there was an Empire card that was identical to Ion Mine. So right now I've got both of his turrets grinded down a little bit, if you will. I'm going to drop Bladesman up here. Grinded down a bit in terms of HP. Okay, time to drop the turret to soak up some damage, and here we go. I'm going to try to keep my... ooh, wow. That was a really nice kill there by the enemy on me. Hopefully I'll be able to survive long enough to make this work. We're going to drop Probe Droid, as well as Sand Trooper here on the side. Sneaky Sand Trooper. Look at him just shooting people in the back with those sand bolts. He doesn't even care. I love it. Alright, looks like my bottom lane got wrecked up during that time. Maybe I think a Gonk Droid pushed through there. I didn't even see the Gonk Droid push through there. No! No! Oh, just dropping the turret there up front. Like, gotta save my stuff. Gonna drop Dewback right in the middle of the mix here and see if Dewback can push in and punish this team for being too aggressive. Let's take down the Gonk Droid as well, friends. Let's do it. And we're gonna drop down Sand Trooper here, and we're gonna push in and see if we can get aggressive. Can I get the pick on the hero? Got the pick. And let's take down his enemy units, and let's see if we can win this one in overtime. Yes! Yes! GG. GG, friend. Picked it up. Wasting Elix. I know, I totally wasted Elix there. Olsen says you wasted so much Elix. I wasted so much energy in Star Wars Force Arena that it blew through resources in Clash Royale. That just happened. You guys saw it. Look at the replay later. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm trolling you guys a little bit. Alright, so let's take a look at his deck. Looks like obviously Ren, we've got Light Vehicle here. We've got Gonk Droid, Ion Mine, all the basics. Threw in a turret there, and I'm noticing that a lot of Rebels are being very, very careful about ATST. Making sure that they have those ATST counters with their turrets. Totally understand. But as an Empire player right now, if I don't choose ATST, and I choose MTV7 Light Vehicle instead, those turrets don't really counter me as hard. Light vehicle wrecks those turrets, and it doesn't really deter me that much. So if everybody Rebel is going turrets, consider going light vehicle instead of ATST, friends. Counter the current meta. That's what you should do. That's what you should do. Light vehicle is the bomb, says Luke Shaw. I agree. Vehicle is the bomb. Cool. So for those of you that are just tuning in, this is the deck. This is my extremely defensive deck. I'm basically doing this deck because I'm hoping to be very, very consistent, basically, and playing defensive is my most reliable way to gain consistency. And that's a big reason why I pulled Slave 1 out, as I was mentioning at the beginning of the video. I was missing my Slave 1s. There is lag in this game, even if I'm on the best Wi-Fi. I deploy it, then it flies in, then it pulls everyone together, then it damages them. It takes a couple seconds for that to occur, and there was a lot of instances where I was just effing it up, and I was just wasting energy. And I wanted to throw in something here that I could perform with way more consistently, which is why I threw in Probe Droid and Turret into this deck. Cool, let's do it. That's a big reason, too, why I like Forlom, my favorite unique card in the game, as you guys know, because all you have to do is drop Forlom and have the enemy hero be the closest unit within proximity of where you deploy Forlom, and he hits him with that taser. Beautiful damage over time. It's going to do 20 to 30% of any legendary's health, and he hits him with that single target damage. Such an easy to use, low cost unique card that I feel just performs extremely consistently. SoCal says, yes, I've been seeing a lot of players using turrets these days to distract. Right, exactly. Hashtag make Rebels great again. Yep. I think that Rebels are really, really great. They're just weaker, a little bit weaker in 2v2, but I've seen like some Pod Panther drop decks out there that are working in 2v2. So it's it depends on how you look at it. I think Rebels are absolutely very much still viable. And people view, like, depending on the week, man, people are like, this faction's OP, that faction's OP. Hey, what's up, Hexakin? How you doing? And the bottom line is, both factions are absolutely viable right now. Empire has been a bit more viable in 2v2 for quite a while, but as far as 1v1 is concerned, it's relatively balanced. You guys can admit that. 1v1 is relatively balanced. Cool, let's get into it. We're up against Von Funkenstein. Personally, I don't like playing Rebels, but I lose against Rebels. I do, and they beat me a lot. You guys have seen a lot of the losses. Oh no, light vehicle, no. Oh, really? The turret was there, dude. That is so upsetting. That is so crazy upsetting. The turret was there. It just was not deployed within a fraction of a second to be able to deal with that. So I'm going to attack the enemy hero here to punish him and take out my aggression. Oh, I was relaxing too much at the beginning of the game, and this enemy punished me for that. That is very, very, very unfortunate. Cool, so let's drop Sam Trooper here on the back line. And this is a great time actually to use Probe. And what I'm going to do is Kite and get his unique to focus my stuff. And there we go. I'm going to take it out. Cool, they got to push through with nothing, which is exactly what I want to see. And let's see if I can hit him with the missile strike. And this time, come on, this time the turret's got to be up and running. There we go. It is up and running. Quickly taking down that light vehicle. Let's see if we can kill his hero. Got him. This is a great time to drop Bladesman and just to bum rush his structure. We should be able to get at least 60% of the health off on this thing. And there it is. I'm going to back up, and hopefully I won't die. Wow. The Wookiee wrecked my face. I saw that blade just slice my throat. There was this blood animation on the ground. It was like I was playing Mortal Kombat. It was disgusting, dude. You guys saw it. They should redo the rating for this game. That's how brutal that was. It was like Johnny Cage's Ultimate. That Wookiee just sliced me up the gut and then just stuck his head through there and he said, here's Chewie. It happened, dude. You were there. Okay, beautiful. Let's drop all of our defensive options here and kill the enemy hero. There we go. And the higher we can get his death timer up, the better. And this is a great time for me to drop light vehicle in this lane and begin to grind this turret down. So he has to basically blow some energy here to defend against this. This is exactly what I want. And because I have turrets, I've got a nice reliable defensive option for this bottom lane. And I've also got a nice kind of backup overtime option if I want to wreck his top lane, which is exactly what I need to be thinking about. So, okay, he's got his unique here. I'm going to drop my Bladesman here to deal with this. Probe, come on. No. No. That is why I put that backup option in place, I suppose. He's still got 30 seconds, and we took that turret down. So at this point, I'm going to go full defense. I've got a 2-turret advantage. His base is being bomb rushed, but I know that he can very effectively defend. So we're going to drop Dewback in this lane. And we're just going to consistently use our energy to defend here. So here's some single target damage. Here's another turret. Like, let's not play around. Let's blow up his things. And let's make sure that he doesn't pick up any bogus turrets on it. There we go. You finally got to tier 6, says Keefe. Congratulations. Good for you. Keefe, what's your in-game name? Did I accept you in the guild? If not, slots are becoming regularly available. I'd say every week I end up exiling about 4 to 5 people from citizens. I've got pretty strict rules. I mean, I want people to be active at least once every 3 days. And it's basically based on activity. So if you're active, you're in the guild. If you're not, you're out. It's pretty much that simple. And if you're teaming up and you're a cool guy, then or a cool person, I think we have some ladies in there, like 1 or 2, then you're welcome to stay as a part of the Citizens Guild. GG. Yeah, he got pretty destroyed. I don't want to brag too much, but staying alive and being careful. Yeah, Probe is much better. I absolutely agree with you, Tarkanis. Beautiful. So let's take a look at his deck. He had his unique in here, and the unique is actually really, really good. I think it's a little bit too high cost. I think this unique should be 3 cost. It doesn't quite do enough work for 4 cost, in my opinion. I think that should be changed in an upcoming patch. Double tank action. He had light tank as well as Wookiee, and he had all your favorite standards. Didn't have Pathfinders though, and instead had Twi'leks. And I didn't feel like those Twi'leks got much work done at all for him that game. I think he maybe should have considered Rebel Pathfinders instead. But given the relatively higher cost of his deck, because of his unique and light tank, maybe he was concerned with average energy cost. But I would recommend in this particular deck that he had swapping in Pathfinders. That would be my recommended change. But what do I know? I haven't been successful with Rebels in a considerable amount of time. So, there we go. So far, so good on the stream. Go destroy them, Awall. Destroy them. All of them. Okay, perfect. So, we're up against somebody in Gluten Slayers guild. I actually, I don't know, fairly regularly I end up Twitter direct messaging with my boy Gluten Slayer. I call him my boy. He's not really my boy, but I talk with him pretty regularly, or at least to talk about the game and talk about how things are going. I like Gluten Slayer a lot, and I think that's why I've been promoting him on my channel and kind of telling you guys to go check out his channel if you have not already, because I think that he makes great content, and I think that he is good for this community. And I am all about supporting folks that actually care about this community and actually want to make it better. So Probe Droid up here, as well as Turret up here, as well as Bladesman. And I'm just going to kite this Wookiee while I'm doing this kind of defensive config. And I think that that defense worked out pretty darn well. And it was a relatively even exchange because he had to blow some energy there to deploy that turret. And we're both gonna be very defensive this game. It's gonna be one of those games. And let me see if I'm just gonna hit him with this missile and be like, hey buddy, how you doing? There you go, use your HP. There you go, buddy. Okay, perfect, we're gonna drop Stormtroopers here. And actually, I probably shouldn't do that. Poke damage is not that important against this hero. Drop Sandtrooper here too and just see if I can like throw him off a little bit. I'm just gonna do some damage to you, buddy. And there you go, grinded you down to about 50% HP. My turret will be able to defend here pretty well. Gonna drop the turret, and he's gonna try to hit my structures. That's fine. Whoa, did you see that very late missile strike deploy? That was very, very late. I'm just gonna keep kind of grinding this tower down in the bottom lane, and Probe Droid, Sandtroopers, and I need to back up. And so we're going to drop light vehicle as well as our last bastion of defense. And we should be able to take this light tank down very quickly. See how Probe Droid's performing here? Just soaking up that damage, even finishing off the light tank. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I want to see. And I'm going to drop the missile strike on my best friend here. And I think he's going to be able to clear that out. So I'm going to drop down my turret to ensure that I don't take any damage against my turret. And just get a little bit of value there. There it is. And we've got 8 energy, and I'm happy to use... I feel like he might be using something here to pressure this top lane. Oh, no, he wasn't. So we're going to drop Probe Droid right about here. Stormtroopers over here, and then Sand Trooper here. And this should be enough damage. I want to pull him in a little bit so I'm not quite as vulnerable. Ion Mine, though. Speaking of vulnerability, Ion Mine still just absolutely crushing me in most games. Be pretty interesting to see how much it crushes. And we will drop a strategic do-back trooper, as I call it. And oh wow, look at that! He was trying to get clever with his light tank here. And I'm gonna see if I can missile strike my friend. Come on, missile strike those Marauders. There you go. That's what we wanted to see. And got him. And this is definitely going into overtime here. And it's anybody's game, especially if I make a mistake, it's anybody's game. So I'm going to drop down Sand Trooper here on the back line. I'm relatively low health, which kind of makes me a little bit hesitant. Oh, come on. You're really going to ion me, bro? I'm even going to drop my turret in the middle of that ion, just to be very, very, very careful. And he might try to pull off some sort of sneaky madness on one of my structures. So I'm just going to deploy slow-moving probe. Gonna deploy a slow-moving do-back and just have all kinds of stuff moving up these lanes. I think this hopefully, at this point really, I'm really just hoping for a draw. So let me make sure I don't die, and I do die. But with 0 seconds left, it's a draw. It's okay. I'm fine with the draw. I get my play points, and we'll go ahead and give him a thumbs up. Nice job, Gluten Slayer Guild member. And let's see what his deck was. Level 2 Rook, interesting. Got both the tanking options, Ion Mine. I love this deck. I love this deck. I think he's got a great deck here. I think that this deck is great at countering ATSTs. The turret actually did deter me from being able to push in on his lane. I think he did a pretty decent job there. It's a pretty defensive configuration. He's able to effectively counter push with this deck. The Ion Mine, deadly, as you know. Good job. Good job. Good deck. GG. Cool, so let's open up our play pack and then we'll move into yet another game. You're a Krennic and Bosk main, and should you add the turret? For Krennic, I would consider it. Because Krennic doesn't have necessarily the ability to defend as well as Bosk. With Bosk's snare, Bosk is able to, obviously, be able to hold people up for 3 seconds, while you can let some other units come in there, Sand Troopers, Probe Droids, Do-Back Troopers, wreck up those mobs, and it gives you that extra defensive element, which is really, really nice. However, Krennic does not have that at all. Krennic just gains energy, generally speaking, and can do single target damage. And given that Rebel decks have a lot of mob, they still do, he just isn't that defensive. Now, you could say the Death Squad Leader is an element that Krennic can bring to the table that is defensive. Death Squad Leader is 5 cost. And Death Squad Leader does not automatically aggro Banthas or Gonk Droids, and or light tanks, really. I mean, it'll actually occupy a light tank for a decent amount of time, but do you really want to be countering a light tank with a 5 cost unit that can be easily X-Winged, or would you rather just drop a 3 cost and then let your hero do supplementary damage? I would consider turret, not for Bosk, but for Krennic. That would be my quick advice for you there. It's all about your playstyle, though. And with Bosk, if you're going very, very much a defensive counter-push style, which Bosk is basically designed to do, then consider a turret. Yep. Yeah, the Bosk snare. Oh, plus stun. Right. A is for Awall, B is for Boba, C is for Crush. It's the ABCs, I guess, of Star Wars Force Arena. It's cool, we're up against Lando, so who's ready for a crazy amount of mob to hit our lanes? Should be. I'm ready. I'm excited. Cool. So let's drop down stormtroopers here. What did he hit? Okay, Wookiee. Okay, I could deal with that. Well, I guess we'll drop down Trooper. Yeah. Things are happening. Things are happening. He's sending units down the lane. I hear that this is something that happens in Star Wars Force Arena. People deploy units. Those units will do damage. I've heard. It's rumored. It's only rumored that that occurs. I've heard that that happens though. I'm gonna drop down Probe Droid here and let it kind of scoot up to soak up damage here in just a moment, as well as infantry turret. There we. Oh wow, he's got the double light tank. Awesome. Double light tank is dangerous, friends. Very, very dangerous. So light tank number 1 is down. Let's see if stormtroopers can take down light tank number 2. Can I hear a light tank number 2? And there it is. We were able to effectively defend against light tank. And I think having turrets in place makes me much more comfortable in those kinds of situations. In the past, I kind of panicked. I'm like, oh god, what am I going to do? Throw all my units out there, and their grenadier ends up just pounding all of my units down, and I get very little value in those situations. See if I can hit him with a little missile. Oh wow, here we go. He's coming in with another big old push. So here we go. Probe droid, gonna inch forward. I'm gonna see if I can pick off that grenadier. There it is. He's down, and that was not that bad. That was not that bad at all. Let's see if Lando gets a little too aggressive here. I'm gonna save my energy for a counter push. I want to make sure that I don't get like stunned and caught out. That is a big annoying situation that happens pretty regularly for me. And we're going to drop down Sand Trooper here. And we're not going to use turret. We're going to maybe try to go with a counter push here. This is a lot of big tanky units that, let's see if I can missile strike him. Hey buddy, how do you do? How do you do? Oh no, back. No, back. I'm hitting back 2 billion times. I need you all to back. And it looks like they are going to be able to counter push. Come on, back. Come on, buddy. You can do it. You can back up Boba Fett. You don't have to collect bounties 24/7. You just don't. We're going to drop down our turret here just to make sure that we're using all of our energy. It's cool. It'll sit there and continue to defend. As you can see, turret just really works. It really works. Dive for kills on Lando. I'll say, generally speaking, when I dive for kills on anything, that hurts. It hurts really bad. So I'm hoping that I don't have to dive for kills. Here we go. So, killed Grenadier. Oh no, the Pathfinders are focusing me though. Let's drop down Sand Troopers here on the back line. This is the part where Lando tries to bomb rush my base and cause me to uninstall Star Wars Force Arena. Let's see if we can prevent an uninstall from happening. Drop down Dewback here as well. Looks like he used his energy. And I think I'll be able to... Oh, there's the double light tank, friends. Let's see. Look at that Dewback, though, just tanking all kinds of damage. That's gorgeous. That's gorgeous. MTV-7 light vehicle. We're going to drop Sand Trooper. He's going to be back in time, though, to potentially defend against this. So let's see if we can kill this Grenadier quickly. We got him. And we're going to drop down the Bladesman and see if we can push in here. I don't think we'll be able to do enough damage to this turret in time. Yeah, he very effectively defends, and that's going to be GG. Another draw, but most importantly, friends, it was not a loss. Show my deck. Jeez, man, aggressive. Yeah, I'll show the deck one more time. I've showed it twice on the stream already. Let's see what we can do. Awall dive in some kills on some Lando. His energy regen depends on him using a skill. If he's dead, he loses so much value. That's a great point. I'll consider that for next time I'm up against Lando. Maybe get a little more aggressive. Here's his deck. This appears to be the standard configuration all rebels are using across the board. Light tank, Wookiee, Ion, Grenade, Marauders, insert other card, turret. That's pretty much it. This is the standard rebel deck. Got your tanking you need, your AoE clear, your anti-ATST. It's pretty much got it all. It's a really nice and balanced deck. I really like it, actually. Rebel players, take a look at that. That's really solid. You can basically counter everything with this deck. And you can get aggressive. It's a relatively low energy cost deck. I I'd say if I were to estimate off the top of my head, that's maybe like 3.3 average energy cost at 3.2. Something like that, probably 3.2. It's actually pretty good. Cool. Samuel L. Jackson should have been on the Rebel side. Maybe Samuel L. Jackson will be here. We'll see. Good thing your jetpack is working and I did not go out like my father did against Mace. Oh, Star Wars burns. Oh. Okay, here's my deck. For those of you that weren't already seen, I'll just throw it up on the screen. I'm not going to explain it again because this will become a video later and I don't want this to be repetitious for those that watch my streams as videos at a later point in time. How come I don't use Slave 1 anymore? I still don't regret my decision to pull Slave 1. You know why? Because I was at home. It was embarrassing, really. It was really embarrassing. I was recording some videos. I was getting lag, right? And I was starting to get a little salty. I'm like, Star Wars Force Arena, so pissed about it. And as a result of that lag, and it was legitimately lag, I was missing Slave 1s, and I was getting more salty. I'm like, oh, maybe I just suck at this game. Oh, blah, blah, blah. I pulled Slave 1 out. It is a strategically and tactically, it was a desalting measure. And as soon as I pulled it out, I threw in some easy-to-use units like Probe Droid and Turret. See how happy I am this morning? Drinking my coffee, playing Star Wars Force Arena, doing a live stream with you guys. I'm just saying. Big difference. It's made a big difference in my life. Okay. I feel like that's like a gross exaggeration of what is going on here. So let's drop Stormtroopers here. This is the aggro Han I have seen many, many, many times. And come on, Stormtroopers, pick it up. That's what I'm talking about. And I don't know. We'll get a couple pot shots in on this, but we aren't going to be able to do too much damage. Back up. Cool. Free bonus damage. Thanks, Han. Appreciate it, buddy. I'll take the bonus damage on your structures all day. Gonna drop the trip mines. Interesting. And what we'll do is just drop a light vehicle way back here on the back lines. That's fine. I maybe should have gone with fast light vehicle instead in the other lane. Maybe that would have been a better decision. But he'll run over the mine. My intention was for him to run over the mine. Maybe that's not going to happen now. So let's see what happens here. Okay, he is going to get hyper aggressive. And this is a time to drop Sand Trooper here on the left. Everybody's bunched up. Get missile struck. And look at... Oh, Sand Trooper. Dropping down that beautiful... Oh, man. I think I just let a Gonk Droid destroy my bottom lane. While I was focusing on microing up top, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Let me know in the comments below. Oh my gosh. That is embarrassing. Classic Awall mistakes. Classic Awall mistakes. That is unfortunate. Okay, we're going to use Dewback. We're just going to throw Dewback on the back line. And let's see what he does here. Light tank, light vehicle. And now I'm going to get a quick pot shot. He did not get his turret up in time to be able to deal with that. So we're going to get some pot shot damage in on his structure. And we're going to put Probe Droid here as a very, very conservative defensive measure. And there it is. Ended up taking out that Gonk Droid, not letting it wreck me. So this is a whole lot of mines. So I'm hoping that these units trigger these mines. There we go. Get rid of those mines, my friends. I've had enough of these mines in my life. Okay, missile strike. Cool. Still defending against this Han. I need to be very careful. This is going to be a very dangerous Han, from what I can tell so far. And let's just drop a fast light vehicle here and see if it can start attacking this turret. It does. And the Wookiee is going to... Wow, back. No. And the Wookiee pulled my aggro, and that's going to be problematic. Luckily, I'll be back in time. So I'll drop a turret here to pull that aggro and drop a Dewback right in the middle of the mix. Fine, I'm fine with that. And I think that these Stormtroopers should be able to effectively deal with this Gonk Droid. It's going to be an overtime game, my friends. So what I need to avoid doing, and I know this sounds obvious, but what I really need to avoid doing is blowing it in overtime. So, okay, here we go. He's going with a big push here. So, Han, what you doing, buddy? What you doing? Trying to get that turret damage in there, no doubt. I'm going to switch it up and go in this lane and get some poke damage in on this structure. We'll see if this can result in the W. I'm probably... Oh, no. Nice Wookiee. Nice Wookiee. No! Vegeta! No! I let it happen. I let it happen. I've made that mistake so many times, and I let it happen to myself. I let it happen to my freaking self. GG, friend. GG, that was really nice. I got too aggressive at the end. I'm like, oh, just a couple more blaster shots and I'll pick it up. You never pick it up. You never quite get there. They always defend, and they always beat. Awall, how many times can you learn the lesson about Empire heroes, especially heroes like Boba Fett, and being aggressive and how that punishes you? Terrible. Turn up your volume, lol. Really? It's up pretty high. Are you like trolling me? Alright, that's his deck. That's gonna be a GG. Ah, I know. It was bad. It was bad. Okay. Regardless, it was a net gain, I believe, on this stream, as we're trying to climb towards Kyber, and I had a lot of fun, actually. So, I feel like I'm thoroughly desalted, and I'm going to continue to play this game and really, really enjoy it. Because you're using your missile more often and getting it reloaded faster, putting more missiles out on cooldown. Yep. Alrighty then. That's going to be it for this stream. I need to attend to some business. So thank you all very much for coming to watch. Please give this stream, if you're watching live right now, a thumbs up. And let me know that you still support me on the channel despite the fact that I released one video that wasn't a Star Wars Force Arena video. That would be great. I really appreciate you guys. And I'm really looking forward to really building out this channel and continuing to bring you guys content every day. It's one of the best parts of my day every day, to be honest with you. Cool, I'm going to throw my avatar up on the screen. Click that to subscribe and enable notifications, and I'll throw a couple of my videos over here once this becomes a video later for you to click and watch more of my Star Wars Force Arena content. I appreciate all of you citizens, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios. Ending stream now. Hitting red button. Hitting